Hey guys, it's Adrian, and today I'm taking a look at Soundpeats' brand new wireless earbuds. So these are their Engine4s, and I normally don't review wireless earbuds on this channel, but when Soundpeats sent these out to me and I actually tried them out, I was super impressed with the audio performance on these for the price, because these just come in at around $50 US. Now, if you're looking for active noise cancellation or transparency mode, these do not have them. The focus here was on awesome sound quality for a reasonable price, and they've definitely nailed it. This has the LDAC Bluetooth codec, and it also has a multi-point connection, so you can seamlessly switch between two devices without missing a beat. Thanks to Soundpeats for sending these out, but let's get into the review. In the package, we have a manual, extra ear tips, we have a USB Type A to Type C charging cable, we have the charging case, and the Engine4s. The Soundpeats Engine4s are running Bluetooth 5.3 and it has multi-point connection. It has the LDAC Bluetooth codec along with SBC and a variety of different profiles. You can get around 10 to 12 hours of battery life. It has an IPX4 rating, which makes them splash proof. You can get as low as 70 milliseconds of latency while using the gaming mode. The case has a 350 milliamp hour battery. Each earbud has 50 milliamp hours. The charging case for the Engine4 has a very shiny type of finish, and it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. Now, if you look at the very bottom, this is where we'll find the USB Type-C charging port. We have an LED indicator light to show the battery level and charging status, and then we have a button that puts it into the pairing mode. Now, if we look at the very back, they do have the Soundpeats logo right there. Now, popping it open, we could see the Engine4s, and then we have a green light there as well to show the battery level. Now, taking a closer look here, you could see that's a really nice type of finish on there. Now, one thing I noticed with these is it's a bit challenging to take these out because of how strong the magnets are with those contacts. So what I've been doing to kind of make it easier is to just twist it and pull it out versus yanking it out all the way. And then you could see it's quite deep in there, so you can actually fit in, other type of ear tips in case you don't like these, and you have enough room to still fit them and close them in the case. Now, because those magnets are so strong, like really, really strong, I can actually put this upside down and you could hear they're kind of shaking in there, but they actually didn't fall out. So that's how powerful these magnets are. But let's take a closer look so you could see that on the right one, it's marked with an R to let you know it's for right, and the left one is marked with an L to let you know if it is for left. You can see that we have a nice geometric pattern that goes all the way around and makes the design really stand out, and this is more of a matte finish. Now, if we look at the very top here, you could see this is where we have the S for the Soundpeats logo, and these are where we'll find the touch controls. There's also a little microphone port there, and then another one at the bottom there, and then we also have the charging contacts there. And then we have the two dual stack drivers, a 6 and 10 millimeter. Pairing the Engine4s is quite simple, so you just lift open the case. You're going to press and hold the button at the bottom here for about 3 seconds. And then when you see a flashing white light, you know it's in pairing mode. After connecting the Engine4s for the first time, the next time you open up the case and take them out, once it's connected to the phone, if you did have the Soundpeats app open, it's going to detect that pairing and then just pop it up in the app. Just like that. All right, so the sound quality, and that's the real reason I wanted to share my experience with these, because I didn't think it was possible for earbuds to sound this good at just $50. So these are using dual stack drivers, 10 and 6 millimeters, and the sound range is it just feels really full, really complete. And when it came to the bass is really, punchy. It's not too sharp, it's just really crisp, punching bass, but it's not that nasty type of bass where it's kind of muddied sounding. And then in terms of treble, I listen to a lot of just kind of solo singers without a lot of instrumentals, and that came through really clear as well. And this was with using the classic equalizer. Now, there are equalizers to kind of do bass boost or treble boost. I found those to be a bit too powerful. Just the classic worked really well, but if you really want to fine tune, there's also a custom equalizer with a 10 band that you can go ahead and modify as well. If you want to preserve battery life, you could easily pop one of the earbuds out and it's going to automatically power off and the other one keeps playing, so you have that functionality. Now, one thing I did note is that when you take out the earbuds, it doesn't automatically pause music, just something to be mindful of. Additional thing to note about the LDAC playback, so you can see I have music going on here. Now, I've actually enabled developer options on my phone, which is something that's, optional that you can do. Now, if I scroll down into the Bluetooth section on here, you can see that HD audio is selected. And take note that it says streaming LDAC. Now if I turn off HD audio, you can see that it defaults to the SBC audio codec. I'm going to turn HD audio back. It's going to put it to LDAC. Now, if we go into Bluetooth audio LDAC codec, it's set to playback quality, and you can see it's set to best effort. So we're going to have an adaptive bitrate. Now we can also set it to optimize for audio quality, so we'll have 990 kilobits per second. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that, and this is where I'm going to get the best possible audio quality. This is what the microphone pickup sounds like with the Soundpeats Engine4. So it'll definitely work for calls in a pinch. You can definitely hear the other party. I didn't notice any type of sound or audio dropouts. Neither did the other party, but it's definitely not the crispest type of sound. So it'll work in a pinch, but it's not ideally suited for calls. If you're worried about comfort, these are fairly comfortable. Even though they may look a little bit larger in appearance, they actually fill out my ear really well, and I could wear them for about 3 to 4 hours without any issues. I can actually go ahead and just, move them around, and they still stay in there pretty easily. If you're going to be gaming, you can also use the gaming mode where you can get as low as 70 milliseconds of latency latency. Now, I played Call of Duty Mobile on my phone and I didn't notice any type of audio delays or anything like that, even with the gaming mode off. Multipoint is really easy to use. So you can see right now the Soundpeats 4 are connected to this phone, and they can also be connected to this phone as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into YouTube and I'm going to play, and I'll bring this closer to the camera. So I think you could hear that audio there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to YouTube on this phone, press play, and now it's automatically paused on this phone and the audio is coming through on the earbuds again. So you can see it's super easy to use multipoint. All you have to do is pair it with your first phone, turn off Bluetooth on the first phone, put it back in the case, pair it with your second device, and then you can switch between. Very important to note is that if you want to use dual device connection, you could see I've turned it off, but if I go ahead and turn that on, which is the multipoint, it mentions turn on dual device connection function and LDAC function will be turned off and the headset will restart. So basically you can either only choose, do you want to have LDAC playback or do you want to have dual device or multi-point? You can't have both simultaneously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this not enabled because I'm going to just prefer to use the LDAC playback for right now. By the way guys, if you're finding this review helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help me out a lot, but let's get back into it. This is what the dashboard of the Soundpeats app looks like. So you can see as soon as you open it up, you can see the battery level for each earbud. You can also click on the menu up here, and this is where you would go to upgrade the firmware. And I highly recommend you do that if you buy this. And you can see I'm on the newest version 0.1.8. Now, we can see that both earbuds are connected. If I was to open up the charging case and pop in one of the earbuds, let's see, and then close that, it may take a bit of time, but it's gonna, kind of refresh and figure out that this is not connected. And you can see right there, it shows not connected. And this means you can also use one of these earbuds by itself to play music if you wanted to preserve battery life, and then you could just use the other one when the first one is depleted. But let's go into the main settings here. And you can see this is where we have volume control. We have an adaptive equalizer. I went ahead and went through that and I used it, but I didn't really find that it was that beneficial for me. So I ended up going back to the classic preset. So right now it's set to classic preset. That's what I've been mostly using and enjoying, but you have a bunch of other different presets here as well. And of course you can make your own custom equalizer too. And then you would just hit that arrow there, and then you could go ahead and adjust as you like, and then just save that preset. I'm gonna go back. Now we also have the option for game mode, and this is where it's going to go up to or as low as 70 milliseconds of latency. And we also have an option to disable the function of the touch controls if you don't want to mistakenly hit that. What is missing for me in here is the ability to just like remap the touch taps. I like having the taps to control the volume up or down with a single tap, which is how these are programmed right now. But if you're someone who doesn't and you'd prefer to have audio skip or audio previous track, there is no option right now to modify those controls. The touch controls are super simple to use. So a single tap on either right or left side will increase or decrease volume. A double tap will be used to pause or resume playback. Triple tap on the left is going to put it into the game mode, and a triple tap on the right side is going to launch the voice assistant. And of course you can also skip or go back into tracks. Battery life on here is pretty good as well. Now I normally listen to music pretty loud, maybe around the 80 to 95 range. And even with that, I can easily get around 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. And that's also with the LDAC Bluetooth codec. Now, if you go ahead and turn off LDAC, you're probably going to get a little bit longer battery life, maybe around 10 to 11 hours. Again, I recommend the Soundpeats Engine4, and this is such an easy recommendation for me. I'm still super impressed with the audio quality. It's all I've been listening to for the past week or so, and I have other earbuds that cost, triple or more what these cost, but these just sound fantastic. To get earbuds that have LDAC playback, you're easily spending over $100, maybe more. So for the price that these cost, around 50 US, it's an absolute steal. If you're interested in picking up the Soundpeats Engine4, I'm gonna leave a coupon down below so you can get a discount. And if you end up picking these up, let me know what you think about them. I want to know if I'm on the mark or not. I know there's some of you who listen to music way more than I do, many hours a day. You probably go through more earbuds than I do. And I want to know if you agree or disagree with me. I've just been super impressed with these. Soundpeats is not really a brand that I'm familiar with. I know all of the other top brands. So I was kind of hesitant, like, okay, would this actually be worth it or not? And once I tried these on, like, the first day, I knew I wanted to review these because these are one of those gem of a products where, it's a great price and you're getting excellent performance. And as always, if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Check out my other videos below if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one soon.